Now then, crew, and welcome back to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. Now, previously I was working on this bike, the DR200 Trojan, with Toolgo Holly over the weekend, and in the last video we had a problem fitting the left-hand side stand. The little lug that locates the top part of the spring for the stand on this frame, the trail frame, is on the inside behind the stand, and on the farm bike it's on the outside. Weird, isn't it? Anyway, I've got to get it fixed, so I'm going to crack on with that, and then we'll take it for a warrant of fitness. And then, hopefully, it'll all be ready, bar the radio stuff, to take on that epic trip of about 4,000 kilometres, the length and breadth of New Zealand. Here we go. Used.
You don't paint something without wiping.
Honestly.
I remember when we were staring at a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes. And I keep you in my heart. In my heart is where you are. I still think of you. I want you coming back. I remember when we were staring at a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes. And I keep you in my heart. In my heart is where you are. I still think of you. I want you coming back. Call me when you want. Baby, I can't take it on my heart. Yeah, yeah. Give me your love. Yeah, yeah. Call me when you want. Baby, I can't take it on my heart. Yeah, yeah. Give me your love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember when we were staring at a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes. And I keep you in my heart. In my heart is where you are. I still think of you. I want you coming back. I remember when we were staring at a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes. And I keep you in my heart. In my heart is where you are. I still think of you. I want you coming back. Call me when you want. Baby, I can't take it on my heart. Yeah, yeah. Give me your love. Yeah, yeah. Call me when you want. Baby, I can't take it on my heart. Yeah, yeah. Give me your love. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Showing off, don't wanna have to wait tonight. Wait tonight. Better off, I'm gonna find my way tonight. Wait tonight. Won't you talk to me? I wanna heal your sorrows. We'll make a new tomorrow.
Perfect. Right, job done. Just the mirrors to put back on because it's too high for in the workshop. And then we can flick down the road and fingers crossed we'll get a warrant put on the bike. Then we're all legal, ready for the trip. See you there. Right, we're here. The little bike is in the lineup. Don't know how well they're going to take it. They're not very busy this afternoon, which means they've got more time to give it a really good inspection. There was a bit of a hiccup this morning. I rode the bike, final test ride, realised the speedo wasn't working, so pulled the front end apart. Cable was all seized up and rusty. The drive, the nylon drive had all stripped out. It was a real mess. I did manage to bodge it though, so I'll show you what I did when we get back, because I've ordered some new parts which we're going to pick up after we've had the warrant done. Now if it fails, I've got to bring it back tomorrow, and they close at 4 o'clock, so we've got a really small window to get this bike legal before the trip. Otherwise it's going to be a real police magnet, because it's going to have no rego or warrant and I've got the whole of New Zealand to ride. That could be a problem. It's going in the shed, look. If you can see that or not, we'll zoom you in. There you are, look. Oh, he's going all the way to the front. What a machine. I hope the headlight alignment works out okay. He might be prepared to adjust it for me. I don't know. Right, it's all over. The inspection is done. I have the sheet. See you back in the workshop. Go through it. I'm back. Funny camera angle. The workshop's full of bikes. You can't see all the bikes, but it is cider o'clock. Cheers. I'm a bit perturbed. Didn't mention this before. Warrant of fitness inspection on a motorcycle here in New Zealand, as according to VTNZ, where we've just been, is $72. 72 bucks? What the hell? That is daylight robbery. I'm sorry, VTNZ, but not impressed at all. $72. Anyway, got over that shock. Luckily, a retest is free as long as you go back within 28 days, and I'll be back there first thing tomorrow morning if all goes to plan. So it failed. It failed because, we can see this or not. What's the white balance gonna be like? Jeez, where is it? It's there. Can you see that? There you go. Look, if I hold it really still. So it has a missing rear reflector. No biggie. Totally forgot. Easy fix. The more serious one is the headlight. Now, it says here, dipped beam pattern to comply. I spoke to the gentleman in question who inspected the bike, and don't forget, I used to be a warranted fitness inspector for cars, motorcycles and trailers. I'm now the certification guy for a particular brand here in New Zealand, motorcycles. So I do know a bit about this kind of stuff, but my fault. This obviously has got the Trojan headlight fitted. That's the farm bike headlight, because I've made it look like the farm bike. And it turns out that the farm bike headlight doesn't have a dip beam pattern. It's not a certified headlight. It's not actually designed to be used on a road. So I'm going to have to have a dig around, and worst case scenario, I can fit the square headlight off the trail bike, you know, where the frame came from. Because obviously that headlight does have a dip beam, because the bike has been certified and used on public roads in the past. Hence why it's registered. So that should be fine. But obviously it won't look like a farm bike anymore. It won't look like the Trojan. So as soon as the warranty fitness is done, that one is going back on again. And I mean, realistically, yeah, I know it's not entirely legal, but where I'll be going, I mean, I'm not going to be riding at night anyway, hopefully, if all goes to plan. And secondly, the places I'm going probably won't be any oncoming traffic anyway. So dip beam's irrelevant, isn't it? Cider. Oh. What are we on today? Orchard Thieves. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to hit the go. Oh, I bought some bits. I think I told you this. So earlier on, I was checking the speedo was working. It didn't work. All sorts of problems. So I got, I'll tell you this now, and then it's done. Brand new speedo drive. Could not. Suzuki don't sell you, which is a bit weird, because most manufacturers do. They won't sell you just the little nylon gear that goes in there. No, no, no. You've got to buy the whole thing. That's bad and expensive. There's the part number, just in case you need one. And I also got a new speedo cable as well, because the old one is fractured and there's been moisture in there. It's all rusty and stuff. So that's the part number for the speedo cable. So I'll be getting those bits fitted, even though it does work at the moment. I thought, well, I really want to record the mileage of the trip on the odometer. So, and I don't know how long my repair is going to last. It probably won't last the whole trip. It's only a bit of a bodge. So I'll get those slapped on at the same time, and then I need to be back at the test station first thing in the morning, get it through its warrants, get the rego, get home, finish off my admin work for the year, and then start editing videos, because there's loads of videos to edit. Heaps. Right, I'm gonna get this sorted out, and I'll show you what I've done, and then we'll go and do a retest tomorrow.
Hey! While Andy's doing that, check out my Instagram page, Toolgirl Holly.
There you are. Yeah, well, we're back. We set off nice and early this morning, and we're back at the VTNZ in a place that I call Putaruru. I always pronounce it wrong, but I pronounce it Putaruru because that's how it's spelt. So, yes, bit of a queue. It's Christmas Eve, and everybody in New Zealand panics about getting a warrant of fitness on Christmas Eve because, of course, they've left it too late. Could have put myself in the same boat? Maybe. Anyway, let's take a little look at the modifications that I've made to the bike in the hope that we can get the warrant of fitness passed, buy some rego, and then the bike's all legal. Here we go. So, headlight, as planned, is the headlight out of a DR200 trail bike, not the farm bike. The trail bike is homologated, so that headlight should... That's only moisture on the outside, by the way. The headlight should be fine. I did check it against the wall last night. It does seem to have a very definitive line when it's in dip against the wall, you know, the beam, so hopefully it'll be right. So we might have to make some adjustments on the angle of the headlights, but you know, fingers crossed. What else did we do? Oh yeah, also fitted the brand new speedo drive and cable. Very happy with that. And then the other thing didn't need to replace that for the warrant, but it was pretty rough inside, to be fair. And I might even show you what I did yesterday. And of course, we've got a nice little bracket with a rear reflector. Look at that. So I picked up a pie. I know it's not a pie review. I went for the standard issue Wild Bean Cafe gourmet steak and cheese, which is my go-to pie, as many of the viewers know. That's a good breakfast. So what's still to do to the bike, assuming it's going to pass the warrant, which I hate to assume things, but there's no reason why it shouldn't. Well, I've got the top box to fit. Then I've got to take the seat and the tank and probably the side panels off again and install all the radio equipment. Most of the equipment's going to be inside the top box, but there's a lot of wiring to run to the front, push the talk button, that kind of thing. It's a pretty cool system actually that Senna's come up with, where you can have a Senna system in your helmet, the SR10 receiver somewhere on the bike, and that's then connected to your, a CB radio, a handheld CB radio, which has got the push to talk function on it, which then converts it to CB radio frequency. So you're on the airwaves with the truckers and stuff, you know. It's pretty cool. Something that wasn't around the last time I did this kind of conversion, which was a very, very long time ago. Put a CB radio on my DT125R, and it was very cool. But with the Senna system, there's so much more available. You know, you can connect it to your mobile phone, you can take calls, you can do all that kind of stuff. Not that I'm going to do that, but, you know, you listen to music. Not that I'm going to do that either, because I'm too concerned about staying on the bike and doing the riding thing, as opposed to the entertainment thing. In fact, riding is all the entertainment I need. I have tremendous amount of fun riding motorcycles, especially in, you know, in the middle of nowhere, you know, not knowing what's around the next corner. Anyway, I digress. The pie's getting cold. I better get the bike unloaded and get it in the queue, otherwise we'll be here all day, won't we? Woohoo! It passed! It's legal! We've got the warrant of fitness label and the extortionate amount of money for 3 months of rego. That'll do for now. Don't want to spend too much of the trip money. So, very nice chap, very helpful. We had to realign the headlight a little bit because it was only a guesstimate last night, but didn't take long. Allen key, job done. He was quite impressed with the quick release headlight system on there. I think he knew full well that the original headlight's going to go back on just as soon as I get home. But no, we're all good, so I'm going to head back to the workshop now, and well, traffic's getting busy. I'll see you there a bit later on. Right, we're back in the workshop. It's another day, but I did promise you that I'd show you the bodge that I did on the Speedo drive. I was very impressed, and it did still work. And the only reason why I fitted the new parts is because A, they arrived in time, and B, I don't know how long my bodge would last, but I thought it was pretty cool actually. So let's take a quick look. This is the nylon drive, the nylon gear that sits inside the Speedo drive hub on the front wheel. And this is one of the ones that I've pulled out. And if you can see very clearly, the teeth in the middle of the gear have pretty much worn right down. And of course, then they're not, you know, being driven by, or they're not driving, should I say, the actual steel, you know, driven gear, which would then turn the cable. Also, the cable was seized solid anyway, so, you know, even if this had worked, it wouldn't have worked. So I'm going to pull apart the actual Speedo drive. Now, you can't, for some strange reason, you can't buy just that part from Suzuki, which would be only a few dollars. Would be really nice if you could, because that's the main wearing component. Unfortunately, you have to buy the complete Speedo drive assembly, and as you can see in there, that is, if I hold that one together, look, that one in there is the one that I repaired. Now obviously it's covered in grease, so we'll have to wipe some of that off, but we'll dig the seal out, we'll extract the actual nylon gear, I'll give it a clean off, and I'll show you what I did. It's actually quite an interesting fix. Might be helpful to somebody. There we are, a bit better of a close-up. So you can see the damage on the original nylon gear. You can see, if you look across the cross-section at the top, you can see how it dips down in the middle and all those teeth have worn away. So that really is junk. So, first of all, screwdriver. Oh, by the way, if you do need to buy one of these Speedo drives, that's the part number. There we are, 54600-01A-01A00, quantity 1. Not cheap, about 130 New Zealand dollars. Damn, more trip money gone. Bugger. Okay, seal coming out. That was easy. Right, we'll get rid of that. Covered in grease. Nice. Okay, pliers. Definitely a glove job this, because it's pretty manky in here. This was horrendous inside, by the way. I had to clean it all up. And also inside here, just something else to be aware of. This steel boss here was actually quite corroded as well. They're not particularly watertight, in all honesty, and it was all rusted up, which of course was causing the gear to bind as well on there. You can see, in fact, let's take the whole thing apart. What the hell? I might need a smaller screwdriver. This essentially is not going to be used anymore, I don't think. So we've just got to push that bit out, and then we should be able to extract that with the pliers. There we go. Where's my rag? Thanks, Jared. Right, so we can get rid of the seal off the end. There we go, that's the seal. And then another little nylon bushy thing that comes off. And then this is the actual steel drive, which drives the cable. I know it's not what I was going to show you, but since we're in there, what the hell? Let's get rid of some of the grease for you. There we go, look. So that's not in bad nick at all. You know, you can tell how worn it is by how wide the flat is on the teeth, and this, compared to some of the other ones that I inspected, this one's not in bad nick at all. Also, just a top tip, make sure that the hole in the middle here, the output, is clear, because the cable sits inside there to be driven. There's like a square hole in there. If it's got some crud in there, it won't sit all the way down and it might spin. Right, now on to what Andy was going to show you. We just give it a bit of a clean down. There's a lot of grease on it. Don't be too rough, because you know it has been repaired. Jesus, so much grease. Where's my spray? Oh. Okay, we're going in. You ready? Try not to get on the camera, Andy. Right, I'm just going to clean one section just so you get an idea. So if you look carefully, we've got, you can just see a line here, and basically I managed to find two of these units, and I could have actually used this one to some extent, although the little tines on here are quite worn. There's already some wear on there, so they're a lot thinner, so they may not catch properly, but also the gear's worn as well. So that one wouldn't be much use, to be honest. This is probably why I chose this one. And if you can see here, the tine here is a lot thicker, and that's how it should be. But I found another gear where the tines had completely ripped off, but the actual teeth were in good nick. So I put the two halves one at a time in the lathe, and I machined away the bits that I didn't need, and then I glued them together using that Forge super glue. But it didn't work. It just wasn't strong enough. It just tore off, because there's quite a lot of resistance on this to turn the cable and stuff. So I did it again, but this time I drilled two small, I think they were 1.5mm holes through the whole gear. You can probably see them just coming through. Yeah, there's one, look, down here, and the other one's just up there. So that the holes went all the way through. This is after I glued it together, and then I put a couple of nails through, which were basically 1.5mm, or just slightly smaller diameter, with some more super glue. Filled the little tunnel that I drilled, with super glue. Put the pins in, and then once it had all dried, just use a little flap disc just to flat them off so they were flush. And it worked. It gave it sufficient strength then not to break off, and it would then provide the drive. So, if you've got to do a fix and you can't get the parts, that might be a really good fix, because a lot of Speedo drives operate in a similar way. I was just very lucky that I had a few parts. So there you go, Andy fix. Right, I really need to crack on with the DI. You might notice it's got a bag over the front. That's because I did some work yesterday on the bike and then filmed this last piece to that video that you're watching at the moment. So I can't show you that bit because it would be a spoiler, wouldn't it? Anyway, check out the future videos on the DR200. We're very close to embarking on the trip, starting 4th of January 2022, so only about a week away. Damn, I've got so much to do. Today, I'm going to be installing the full communication system on the bike so I can talk to the sport vehicle using Senna and CB radio stuff. But that's a separate video, so check that one out when it hits the channel. and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed watching this video, why not click on the subscribe button, ring the bell, turn on notifications, and our friends at YouTube, well, they're going to send you an email or a notification, whatever, as and when I upload any new videos. And there's usually, 1 or 2 a week. And don't forget the live stream. In fact, Toolgirl Holly's got a message for you.
Now then, crew, Toolgirl Holly here. Don't miss the next live stream, 8:30 AM Sunday.
Thanks, Holly. So you'll also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Feel free to communicate through any of those portals. There's my email address down the bottom. You can email me as well if you like. It is me that answers those emails, but I am a really busy chap, so bear with me. And I don't know everything. If I don't know it, I'll tell you I don't know it. You have to go and find somebody else. Now, if you want to support the channel, and it's projects like this, especially the bike trip, to be honest, they're expensive to do. If you want to assist the channel and support the channel, then you can do that through Patreon. You can become a patron, and there's now and again different stuff that goes up on the Patreon page that only patrons get to see, or you could just send some raw cash through on PayPal. Again, instructions in the description, and there's a little a PayPal icon on the home page of the channel as well, up in the banner. You can just click on that. Okay, crew, I really need to crack on. Great to have you on board again watching the video. Thank you very much for all your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Over and out.
And you get the flip.
Oh!